recording here. We can check out the patch notes together. Hi, Magic. Okay, first of all, Nora Muse 5-star Wind. Nora is a fighter who excels at launching AoE attacks and counterattacks. Ability 1, Tempo Trio. Deals damage to one enemy based on Nora's attack. Gains different bonus effects based on the songs Nora plays. Passive. Plays different songs whenever casting Tempo Trio. Plays Presto, Andante, and Largo in order in a loop. Presto, upon dealing damage, inflicts extra damage based on the target's max HP upon a certain percentage of Nora's attack. Andante, upon dealing damage, reduces the target's AP. Largo, upon dealing damage, dispels buffs from the target. Boom, 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 boom. Passive plays different songs whenever casting Tempo Trio. Plays Presto in order in a loop. So she always starts with Presto, then with Andante, and then with Largo. So first is she deals extra damage based on max HP. Then she's stealing AP, and then she's dispelling. Okay. There we go. Ability 2, Rainbow Rondo. Makes Nora ready to counterattack until her next turn starts. During the time, Nora has a chance of casting Tempo Trio to counterattack when any teammate is attacked. Ascension. Every 3 times Tempo Trio is cast, Nora gains 1 stack of Halcyon Harmonic. Halcyon Harmonic. After casting any ability, consumes Halcyon Harmonic. Reduces Hearing the Divine's cooldown and performs a pursuit attack on all enemies with Halcyon Harmonic. The pursuit attack deals damage based on attack, has a chance of dispelling enemy buffs, and dispels ally debuffs. Ability 3, Hearing the Divine. Inflicts attack down to all enemies for 2 turns. Extends all the debuffs by 1 turn. Then attacks all enemies. The first 3 hits deal damage based on Nora's attack. The last hit deals damage based on the enemy's max HP upon a certain percentage of Nora's attack. Passive. Nora's damage cannot land critical hits, but each point of accuracy increases the percentage of enemy defense Nora ignores. Dude, this is already so fucking complicated, but I can because she's countering a lot. I feel like Zeus could be a really good set for her. Rezo 2, new passive effect when inflicted with AP down, nullifies this effect and counterattacks all enemies with Halcyon Harmonic without consuming Halcyon Harmonic. Triggers once per turn. So this here is a tier counter as we expected, like what we have seen. When attacking while not in own turn, damage plus 15%. At R4 and R6 new effect. A new effect is added to Halcyon Harmonic, has a chance of reducing some AP for all enemies. So that's the only thing that surprised me when I read that thing. The R6 effect looks actually tame in comparison to all the other units we got so far. But that R2 effect is very strong. When afflicted with AP down, which basically means when attacked by a tier, nullifies this effect and counterattacks all enemies with Halcyon Harmonic without consuming. So the question I have here is at R2. When attacked by a tier, nullifies that effect. So does that mean, for example, you have her in your lineup, right? And a tier does her S3. Does the S3 not work at all? So that's a question I have. Or does it only nullify the AP down on herself? That's a big question, right? Now let's look at the big elephant in the room, Toland, the most broken 5-star Shimmer unit ever made in existence. For the next 4 months till they release another broken Shimmer unit, which is even more ridiculous than Toland. Toland is a controller capable of taking the initiative to control his targets with high speed, yes. Yo guys, my expectation for this guy is base speed 106 with 10 speed ascension, or 107 base speed with 10 speed ascension. Ability 1. Attacks one enemy based on attack, steals 1 buff from them, and inflicts taunt for 1 turn. Okay, they actually made it a bit weaker. They made this as 1 a bit weaker. Steals 1 buff and inflicts taunt for 1 turn. Ability 2. Paid in full passive. Gains a certain number of trackback stacks at the start of combat. gains 1 stack of trackback at the end of each turn, excluding his own turn. When Toland falls, dispels all buffs from the killer, won't miss, can't be resisted, and then inflicts final passage on the killer for 2 turns. Triggers once per battle. Trigger back. Each stack increases speed, stackable with a limit. Yeah, each stack of trackback gives him plus 10 speed. We will come to that thing in a second. Final passage. The carrier's attack, defense, and speed are reduced by percentage. The percentage is 40%, and miss rate is increased by a percentage. So the final passage, the carrier's attack, defense, and speed is reduced by 40%, and miss rate is increased by 100%, by the way. When this effect expires, if Toland is fallen, revives him, restores his HP to a percentage of his max HP, which is 1%, and grants him absorb and invincibility for 1 turn. So when he dies, he comes back. Ability 3, Point of Origin, deals damage to the enemy based on attack, inflicts 0 hour for 2 turns, won't work on bosses. Consumes all stacks of trackback based on the number of stacks consumed, launches a pursuit attack on a random enemy with Bonds of Fate, which is his S1, prioritizing different targets. Ascension dispels all buffs from 1 enemy. 0 hour, incapacitated, can't be selected or attacked, can't be buffed or debuffed. When all units on the carrier's team fall, the effect expires. Resonances. R2, new effect, extends all enemies' ability cooldown by 1 turn when Toland falls. Won't miss, can't be resisted. So he completely resets your whole fucking team when he dies. Then each surviving enemy grants accuracy 6%, and R6 now here. Change the stack limit of trackback is increased to 5. Toland gains 5 stacks of trackback at the start of combat. They don't mention it here, but he has ability 2 gains a certain number of trackback stacks, right? Which means this guy has 3 stacks of trackback at the beginning of battle, and 1 stack of trackback gains is plus 10 speed. So this guy starts with plus 30 speed, and if you get him to R6, he has plus 50 speed. That means if you have him at R6, a plus 190 speed Toland outspeeds a Unas with 2 Panthers. That's how stupid fast he is. And his R6 is just stripping and removes a unit from the game. I'm not sure about his S1 if they forgot to mention something, because from what I've seen, his S1 is also able to inflict 0 hour. Like his S1 is also able to inflict 0 hour. Let's see if they actually removed it from his S1. Deals damage based on attack, inflicts 0 for 2 turns, consumes all track based on the number of stacks consumed, launches a pursuit attack on random with Bonds of Fate, and Bonds of Fate attacks 1 enemy based on attack, steals. Then he steals a buff and inflicts taunt for 1 turn. But basically what this guy is he always gets turn 1 and removes a unit from the game. That's what he does. And if you have him at R2 and you kill him, all your aspects will be max skill resetted. And when the debuff, when final passage, the debuff expires, and you can cleanse it, and it will also expire, Toland will just come back. Also, was there something from the killer? The inflicts passage on the killer for 2 turns. Yes. It seems like they made S1 weaker, but I wouldn't be surprised if when we look at the PTR, he has that 0 hour on his S1, so that after he does his S3, he can remove another unit from the game. New features, added name cards. Who cares? Then event, who cares? Because that's the same shit as always, right? Burning, another event. Heron box, where you get stuff. Scratch off, where you get stuff. Boom boom gacha. Accumulate points, gacha machine, stamina. Whatever. Okay, limited time echo events up for Nora, Ollie, and Tia. They brought back the Tia and the Ollie. Of course, so everybody has their chance of having a speed lead plus getting your R6 tier or R4, actually R4 tier. Then obviously Toland is the rate up for the Shimmer. Adjustments and optimization, improve the animation on the display screen for Lucas, improve the red dot alerts for Ritual, improve the appearance of fragments, improve the ability icons of Leon, improve the formation management feature in the War Room, renamed the formation management to formation presets. After the update, players can create customized 5 Esper formation presets. Espers and equipment can be saved for each preset. When a preset is used at the deployment screen, the saved Espers will be deployed along with the equipment saved. And yeah, Longman. So that's for that. Yeah, actually, the leader skills we don't know for Toland and for Nora. But guys, I'm telling you, just because of his trackback thingy, I would not be surprised if Toland has a 25% speed lead. I wouldn't even be surprised if this guy here would have a 35% speed lead for PvP. So that's for that.